So yeah, last time on stream, I just played through the vertical slice I have so far a bunch, with the intention of looking for bugs since it had been a while since I had played the game because I had gotten taken away, not taken away, I don't know what a good word. Most of my attention had to go to Crunch for my primary job. So, uh, with a bunch of bugs found, like all the stuff in here. This past week, I've been kind of like crossing those things off the list if I can. And I think I actually tackled a lot of the most difficult ones. I left sort of the low-hanging fruit. Um, Cause I don't know, the weeknights where I might only like say tomorrow, I got other stuff to do. I might only have an hour or two to work. That's a great time to grab a bunch of low-hanging fruit. So I can like kind of keep momentum going even if I don't have that much time. But the larger, like the biggest unit of stuff I did probably was I guess two things, but kind of similar things. Was still in the game, I forgot. Was for basically for the level stuff here, like how it just started playing up the main song. And if I were to continue through this, man, what a bad dash. If I continue through this and we get to the rat level, which actually won't take that long, given I shortened the length of this for testing. So if I go to the rat level, oh my god, just kidding, if I die on this first level. But you'll notice that was one of my issues. The music, you would get two instances of the music playing if you restarted the game. Is that just the lot for what like manages the music was still pretty like proof of concept-y. So it was just like, hey, I want to make sure I can play a sound, and then, okay, now I want to make sure I can play a different sound. That was the extent of sort of the music integration into like the overall system. So what it does now is there's like a level class that each level will override. It controls stuff like the text down here, which is also, oh, you bastards. The text down there is also the text that's displayed like here, Meadow 2 cleared. So that's part of the level. The music is also part of the level, so it's transitioning now to the Rat King's music. Also the text down here, Rat King, is like governed by this. So basically just moving stuff out of the game state manager class to, which is kind of like a easy, convenient place to put that logic into a more scalable and robust system where just like each level can define a class that tells me all its level specific data that we care about. It has to do specific processing, like it has to call a function on setup or call a function when something when the fight actually starts. Stuff like that is all governed by this like level-based class now, and most of that code can be shared going forward. It would just be stuff like a different music string. Ooh, I fell out of the world on that. Spawn from a different, difficulty set, stuff like that. So I can actually hop in that class. I can show you real quick. Close all these. And I can zoom in. So you have like the basest class of all here is this eye level base, where it manages like creating the persistent object, so it manages knowing that's the first level or not. It can give you the name. It has all these like overridable functions for the children derived classes to care about if they want. Managing switching between music, managing saving your data at the end of a level. So yeah, just clean up the layout of this functionality, and then I would have like a main level for the core, like jumpy part, that has the structs related to spawning platforms and loading the next level. Well, this is actually an override, so they all would tell you what loading the next level looks like. Yeah, so it's the idea. And then the rat boss can just, I guess it's Rat King. This is the same idea. This is a much more minimal example, where all you really have to do is tell me the track and tell me the name and how to find the spawn box, since the spawn box, like the level advance box to the next level, only spawns if you win. So the boss controller's in charge of that. So yeah, that is this sort of abstraction thing I'm talking about. That just cleaned up the code around that sort of functionality and made it a lot more scalable into the future. And also just, I went and fixed some of the bugs I went for bug hunting. The main things I was looking to fix were sound, level transition, and level transition often messed up sound, and shop problems. But this time, I want to take a look at seeing if we can get the Burrow boss, the other boss for the first round, up to the same level of like functionality as the rat boss. So like making sure, I'm pretty with the changes to like the game state manager and stuff, that the level probably doesn't even load. So fix level and play through a few times, looking for major issues, rework abilities, and fight with a focus on more telegraphs. And then, I guess if there's time, we return to rat boss to fix some issues and tweak some numbers. So yeah, just boss tweaks is what we're going to do today. So let's start by playing through our rat boss a few times. We already have some notes here about the invisible ceiling, frequency. Oh, also there's rat boss can be killed by bomb and laser. Actually, I'm not sure on bomb. I know it happened with laser, so let's test the bomb right now. Because the first thing I want to do here is go looking for bugs in the boss levels. So that'll mean we'll start with the rat boss, play it through a few times, and then we'll head on over to the Burrow boss, and that may or may not even work the first time. So the first bug might just be getting it to work. Alright, we'll see. Alright, so let's open up our rat boss level. It's also good to periodically test that they can be loaded in isolation. And some weird things might happen, but I would expect every level to like functionally work in isolation. And I'm not even seeing any weird level-specific issues yet. This seems to be fine as far as I can tell. Oh, we forgot to test the bomb, but that's fine. We can test it the next time. I already made note of this issue, and I'll probably go fix it after this round. We'll fix this issue and also give ourselves the bomb to check if the bomb is an issue as well. But it's just trying to be fair. I guess I didn't want to make it too hard. But with the addition of dash, I would say it's a lot less threatening in general. And the slow pace isn't necessary. Like, all this time is nothing. Nothing. Okay, now there's a little bit of threat. We dodged the threat. We have telegraph on the next threat. But now we're just chilling. We basically dodged the next threat. He chose randomly in our favor. We might be just chilling for quite a while, right? The guy was able to, I was able to just hit me. He's supposed to hit me, right? I know, I guess not. I guess that's a bug? I think it is. But yeah, basically, I just want to turn up the pace a little bit, because I don't think, as I almost got blasted up. Well, I just died, you know? Is the pace... I'm messing around and not paying attention, so I don't think that counts. But yeah, we can turn up the pace and see what happens. We're also going to make note of the bug we saw there, that Rat Boss no longer deals damage to player on collision. I think that's our intention. We want it to deal damage, so that's a bug we need to fix. But let's go mess with those values a little bit. It'll also just speed up our testing if we make it go faster. So start percent, move speed, attacks. So we want to just basically significantly decrease this attack value. So now the fight should happen a bit quicker. We also can, I'd say, maintain this self damage, keep it a more steady progression there. Okay, so that should speed up the fight. Made it a little bit more difficult, but not too much more difficult, hopefully. We'll see. Alright, I'm gonna pay attention, but I want to get an actual sense of this is too... See, like, this raw good, he's coming for me. Let's assume he could hit me, so that would have been threatening. Got overspill, he's already shooting me, that's fine. Yeah, so far so good. Oh no. These infinite pits are not my intention. I don't know if I have an actual bug for this. I'll make a note of it now. Put thorns in infinite pits. And in general, I think I want to change thorns from being instant kill to being just a damage and boops you upwards. But I don't have the... I need to refine my boops you upwards code to have that in a good spot. That might be what I work on this upcoming week, because I also have this dash, right? Where I was thinking maybe if dash hits a wall, we should try, depending on how much dash is left, boops you backwards a little bit. Like you actually hit a wall. It just feels like, feel very weighty. It might be too annoying, and then we'll see. Sorry, the Rat Boss really hit them. So even this, I think this is better, but is maybe even too slow still. Really big fan of the music for this. I think when I actually set this up with an intro, like we're gonna have rats coming down from the ceiling and they'll like swirl up into the ball. I think it'll work really well with the intro that's already there. It is a little bit awkward because it's just like the fight has already started immediately in the gameplay, but there is like a little intro break in the music. Okay, yeah, and this is plenty chaotic. This is plenty difficult. I think. This does not need... So I don't think we want to go below the like 4.5 or whatever we put the bottom value at. If anything, we should reduce that. That's a little bit too much. Oh, 4.75. Let's... I think 4.85 is probably enough of a tweak up. We can tweak these bits down as well. Just like kind of random chunky amounts. Just try something like that. And maybe increase the severity of this a tad. I think that collection of changes gets it about where I want it to be. Where in the beginning you kind of like have an acclimation period to like see the type of stuff that's happening. But really, I want there to be very little, if at all, just standing around because I'm safe time. Like here, I hop up on the top platform to be safe from the jumpers at the bottom, and I'm already getting shot at. That is sort of like the pace I want. Where I was down at the middle, I have to move because there are going to be yellows there, and then I had to move from my platform. I had to move because the ceilings. Here come in another round that sort of block my escape. I have to think about, oh, I'm going to get shot too, but now the escape is open. You know, so that was like about a second of lull right there, but that's pretty much it. This pace is a lot better in my opinion. I say that we're only at, oh god, we're only at 40% or so. It maybe should still even progress a bit quicker. I think it's not even at the end, that's safe to say. Yeah, I like this pace a lot more. I guess I'm supposed to be looking for other bugs. I don't think I found any bugs per se. I guess it says Meadow 1, there's a bug. Oh, we know what it might, that might just be as a result of starting here, you know what I mean? Instead of starting from the beginning. Oh cool, the rap boss music also stops when we get back into our meta music. That was the expected behavior we were hoping for. I wonder if it'll loop back around to the rap boss again, probably. That's why not, yeah. We're back. You can just run it back. And we're looking for like functional bugs basically. Or significant like design problems like I think the base was. Right, I forgot about the bomb thing. I'll do one more test after this with the bomb. Oh, I was not paying attention. You know what? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, okay. Let's do a bomb. Keep getting distracted by stuff. So what do? I go to Rat Boss, go to Player Body. I open up the player modifiers, I think. Yeah, Active Item Manager, and then I don't know what the item index is by heart. Where is your list? I guess it's just, oh yeah, I remember I merged those. That was one of the other like things of big guts where I had like 4 different item classes before, and now it's all in one. Okay, so in the context of active item, bomb is number 1. So let's switch this default active item from -1 to 1. And there we go, there's our bomb staff. Let's see if we can kill our boss with this. This should be easy because he has no collision anymore. So I'm gonna wait till he moves so I know he's not gonna move again for a second. Damn. Okay. Nope, bomb is fine. So it is just laser. Bomb does not kill boss. Okay. I think one other thing I noticed was, especially if changing a lot before shot can be mismatched between implied rat spew direction and final actual rat spew direction. You could see it there when I like jumped right on top of his face. Let's see if I can repro that. So like I'm right on top of it. Yeah, he'll jump first and then he might shoot, but he also might not shoot. It might take a second. So yeah, here if I like go, you can see the effect after it's locked, after the shot is done, the effect wears off in the direction, which looks bad. But I think there's also, like, there could be a timing thing at the level of, yeah, see like this? That timing pretty much worked. Just give it one more shot to trigger. Maybe I was saying this. Or it was like estimating angles in my head that weren't actually. Okay, yeah, so I go over here. Yeah, see, that should have been down to the left. It was actually down to the right, because that was my more final position. The intention here is for there to be an aim period, and then you're locked, and then the shots go. So some small bug there. And we'll also add similar issue where visuals can move after lock as they're dissipating. Looks bad. Okay, in terms of rat boss bug hunting, I think that's enough for now. The rat boss is a lot further along, I think. Still not done, still a ways to go, but, you know. Okay, it looks, I mean, does this even, nope, immediately crashes. That's kind of what we expected. But, like, these boss test levels were, like, pre-boss. I think this rat boss level is actually more what I care about. So what if we duplicate this? Ooh, we need this. Yeah, here's, all right. So 3-step process. First we duplicate the rat boss level. Then we go steal our tile maps and like our layers and stuff from the existing crashing Burrow level. And then hopefully we can just swap out the boss controller with the rat boss controller to the Burrow boss controller. Alright, let's try that. So first step, duplicate this. Rat boss to rat boss 1 becomes Burrow boss. And we open up Burrow boss. What is PS0? Oh, it's just the type of object. We get rid of all the things that are like level related. Now we just have a blank level with the functionality we want. Go over to our boss test Burrow. Steal those tile maps. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Does this launch? No, it still crashes. Why is that? Ah, so we're looking for a level name. And it's expecting, I don't know exactly where it is in the code. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's expecting a prefab, that level prefab I talked about, called Burrow Boss. So we need to go to resources, prefabs, levels, copy our rat boss level, rename it Burrow Boss level. Then, well, it's stuff game. Spawn it into the world to see if its position needs to be adjusted. I guess technically we'd want it like here, right? 2.5, 3, 4.5. Okay. You know what? Actually, this should be a 0. Always. The parent. Oh, not the ceiling particle system. You should be at 0. All these particle systems don't belong here. They're related to the rat. But the next level trigger, first of all, should have like real numbers. What is this nonsense I had in there? And then it should just have whatever X offset or Y offset it needs to be where I want it to be. Alright. And let's open up our Rat King level script, duplicate that, write a Burrow Boss level, open that up, rename this, we're just gonna have to use the Rat King music. We don't have Burrow music yet, but the rest of the stuff should be fine. What now? Alright, we keep crashing in a new way. That's all we want. Okay. Boss spawn position. Well, we're still invoking rat boss controller, right? Because probably some... Okay, yeah. So we need to get rid of the rat stuff. Instead add the burrow stuff. I don't like setting prefabs in editor anymore. We're gonna fix this. Well, we're still gonna hold them as private game objects that will load in the beginning, since we might spawn multiple of them throughout the course of a game. But we are going to load them by name instead of clicking them in the editor. So prefab something, utility, load prefab. I have no idea what the path is. We're gonna have to go hunt that down. Assets, resources, prefabs. We're looking for, I'm guessing, bosses, Burrow. Okay, yeah, cool, they're in there. So, prefabs, bosses, Burrow, boss, projectile, I think. Is that what you're called? Yeah. Projectile and decoy. Okay. We apply all this. We delete it from the level because it gets spawned in, I'm pretty sure. Let me try again. Alright, we fell out of the world. But we briefly. But we did make it into the world briefly before it crashed. Okay, so on falling out of the world, yeah, I had a feeling this was the case. I did a collision tag rework because I was running out of collision tags. I was using them too willy-nilly over time. So it has the wrong one. It has something from whatever it used to be considered as. So we're going to switch it from player health to world. And then these guys, these have overrides. Yeah, they have the correct thing because they're prefabs. All right, now we're standing. So far, so good. We did not fall through the world, but it still did crash. I think it's crashing. Oh wait, the Burrower is up there. But what is null? Shoot volley, shoot volley, shoot volley, impul. Isn't what a stack. Projectile prefab is null. Why are you null projectile prefab? Probably because this path is incorrect. Is what I would guess. Is it Burrower? Is it a Burrow? No, it's Burrow. B-U-R-R-O-W, prefabs, bosses. Burrow. Burrow. Oh, it's Burrow projectile. What's this one? But the other one is Burrow boss decoy. That's the kind of inconsistent naming that gets you random crashes. Alright, he's in. Shot, some stuff. Stuff comes out from the ceiling. But his sprite isn't actually here. That was interesting as well. Anyway. So a couple problems. Primarily, we can't see our guy. It's a similar issue to the falling through the world. He's just on a weird collision layer. We'll switch him to enemy body, but we'll say no, this object only. This spike stuff, I don't know. We're gonna put it on enemy attack. Enemy attack. Enemy attack, no world. And enemy body should also be enemy body, no world. But then the projectiles will put on enemy attack. Oh wait, that's not the right thing. This should be enemy attack. And this should be post-processing. Okay. And your decoy here, I guess, is nothing. It's just a projectile shot at the location. So just being default, it should be fine. Alright, there's our guy. We can see him now. He shoots out his stuff. Stuff doesn't have physics, though. I do want it to have physics. At least those shots, those like archy shots. Gotcha. Oh, don't gotcha. So there's also some issue with him registering hits. If I bomb. It might be that he was listening for like a collision group that no longer exists. Probably just some sort of collision assumption issue like that. I don't think we're ever gonna hurt our boy here. So let's see what's up with that. Maybe enemy body, no world. We'll double check our collision matrix. Enemy body, no world. Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, it's just missing its collision, so we'll flip that. Oh, you got me. No, I should be hitting him. No, I'm not. wonder, I know there was maybe something about like if you get hit, he can't get hit. Make sure that's not getting me. Alright, something else is wrong. Oh, this tag is definitely... I don't even know what phase base is for. Okay. So here's the problem, I think. We have a thing where it says, hurt myself if the player interacts with me. And it has to be tagged the player. I don't think that tag is correct anymore. Yes, the main player body... What about player dash collider? Yeah, it's player attack. Is there a player attack? Well, I guess we can also just mark this player. Does that change our thing? Oh, no it doesn't. It breaks something. What's broken? Player health on death. What? That's weird. Did I mess up the player's health? I don't think I should have, but apparently I have. Somehow by setting the player dash collider to the player tag, did that? Is that true? It was somehow related to that. Why? Oh, you know what? I bet the code to like find the one and only player is getting messed up. I bet this player tag is for just the player parent, nobody else. And so it's getting the wrong object and it's assuming the wrong object hierarchy if it finds a different player other than player body. So let's just add a new tag. Player attack. And then we head back over to our Burrower boss guy. Oops. This. And change the expected tag here from player to player attack. I get him? Oh yeah, I got him. Yeah, so I'm thinking a couple things. I want... Oh, you got me. I want a wider spread of these decoys. There's too much overlap. And I want these, at least the projectile bullets to have physics. I made that change for like the just base Burrower enemy and it just, it works a lot better. I'm never gonna get a second hit here. Ugh. Didn't count. I think there's something, yeah, I think these spikes gotta go. We're just gonna rework what's happening here. Alright, I hit him once, but then he fell out of his state machine, I think. Gotten some weird nonsense. Let's go ahead and disable these spikes for now. I think what I'm gonna have him do instead is shoot out spikes. And they can maybe be like alternating like high and low, so you have to time your dash. I'll draw a picture in a second. Yeah, I don't know. Even without the spikes, I find it hard to land a second hit on this boy, so his state machine must be really messed up. But as a first look, let's see if we can fix his these prefabs. Why are they not working like I would hope? Set to enemy attack, which should interact with the world, but let's double check that that's the case. Oops, wrong menu. Enemy attack. World. I'm missing something. It should collide with the world and world no edge grab. Because isn't... I guess I should take a look at the Burrow enemy and see how his stuff is different. It's also just set on enemy attack. Has a dynamic rigid body and a box collider. Why multiple box colliders? That seems weird. I can't edit the collider? Why? Oh. This is enemy attack, rigid body, box collider. What is this box collider stuff? Oh, it has a trigger and a physics box collider. I see. That's probably the issue with the other guy too. It only has a trigger collider and not like a physics collider. Doesn't have any oh wait. Yeah, it has no collider. So yeah, one normal one and one trigger. What now? They do get kind of stuck. Something, I guess they have to fade over time. Okay. Yeah, this... We're just going to rename this glow. We're going to move the damage up to the parent. Take the damage out of here. Take the collider out of here. Go back here. And we're going to want to damage player health, not player. Okay, does this actually hurt us now? Now, yes. We can clear them. We just got our guy right as he came up. I think they need like torque. They do torque. Burrow. Projectile. Get some torque in here. Torque range. I don't know. 10. I don't have a good concept of like, I guess it's like 1 force unit per meter, I would assume. I guess 1 force unit, and in Unity that would just be 1 force unit per 1 distance unit. But I don't have a good concept of what makes an interesting amount of rotation, so we're just gonna guess and see what happens and move it if it needs to move. So let's roll a random amount of torque and apply that torque. I want it to spread out, basically. I want it to spread out and be a little bit unpredictable and be more interesting looking. Yeah, I mean, they're spinning a little bit there. It also makes them land better. like that better. So now the next step is I don't want them actually sticking around like mines here. I want them to destroy themselves after a brief period of time, so let's add that as well. Something like QI destroyer, and then you add a delay. So let's say now they're set to destroy themselves after 3 seconds. Almost. I think this is already handled better in our other Burrower enemy prefab, so let's review that. Does it have an animator on it, perhaps? Yes, that we can steal, probably. In fact, do I even need the other one? This all looks good to me. Yeah, I think I'm just duplicating this, and we'll make some edits to it. Because this already does all the things I want it to do. So we're going to get rid of this. We'll rename this from Burrow Dur projectile to Burrow Boss projectile. And then Pro. We'll update the loading. What else? Do they have the right movement? Nope, they do not have the right movement, so slight difference there. Burrow Boss projectile. Did I spell boss wrong? No. Oh, I spelled projectile wrong. Well, I was close. Had the right idea, ish. Oh yeah, this looks better. What if I go for a decoy while I get blasted? Yes. What if I dash better? Oh, I have to time this one. I need to set up some kind of like, if they hit the ground, they start dying sooner. Because I feel like the decoy ones linger in a file for a minute or too much, but most of them are okay. Anyway. So we got our projectiles fixed, and they seem better. I'll probably add more torque than that to mix them up a little bit more. Torque. Say 15 on these, and then we'll do a lot more for the decoy. So where's the decoy? Is that also a volley? Yes. So it should be getting torque. Maybe we need like way more torque than this. Oh wait, is torque as impulse? Yeah, that's what needs to happen. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be force by default. So 15 force for one frame is like nothing, because it's times 1/60th of a second. Yeah, now they're spinning like even way too much. Alright, so let's pare this back down to like 5. Switching from force to impulse basically multiplies it by 60. They're still like spinning like crazy. Even just 1. Yeah, I mean around that, it's fine. Okay, next up. Why is our dude not getting hit? I think we'll probably have to debug for this. Where's your damage, sir? I don't see any handling of damage in here. I guess it would be in his personal code. No, I mean, I would imagine, is there like an on decrease? Yeah, okay. On take damage, so we need to look at here. Reset attack timer, change state to diving. So, diving. You know what, let's just, let's get him like that and see if there's anything that's like disabled that should be re-enabled. Like basically, let's get him in the repro state. Bomb here in the repro state. Now let's pause the game and just take a look at like his object tree. So yeah, his collider is disabled. So why is that? Look at collider 2D. Okay, there's this I think it's coming from this invulnerability window thing, maybe? No, that doesn't affect the collider. Maybe I'm watching it to see if it's like briefly enabled and then disabled. No, it's just straight disabled. So why is that? I am truly not sure. Let's just look through all these and we'll minimize them as we go. So, pre-update, it just determines if it should move up or down. It moves it, it handles decoys, and it checks a timer to maybe change state. Nothing there. This just says when the attack timer hits, you change your state. So initialization. It's all fine. It's on change state though. Or on take damage, I mean. For the life of me, I don't know where this disable is coming from. I'm not sure how to put a breakpoint to get the call stack. Because if I look at him at the beginning, right? He does have a collider. I go hit him. He doesn't. So what happened there? We're gonna look on his object tree. Maybe that'll have some answers. Maybe it has to do with ignore other invulnerable? Well, no. Sure, that could cause this final output problem, but that doesn't answer why his collider is getting disabled in the first place. Because we know the proximate cause. It's that his collider... Well, actually, let's verify that. We can. What we're going to do is we're going to hit him, which we would expect will cause his collider to disable. And then we'll use the Unity editor to manually override that disable. And try and hit him again. And I guess there are 3 possibilities. First possibility, even with his collider enabled, he doesn't take damage for some reason. And then I'm wrong about like the root cause. Second possibility is he takes damage again, and we're roughly right about the root cause, and we need to figure out what is disabling it. Third possibility, it gets re-disabled almost immediately after I disable it. And it's like being constantly reset by state here. Sorry, so we're in 1 or 2. And I hit him again, so we are definitely in 2. Something is disabled. Hold on, let's pause. Let's look at debug inspector, see if there are any suspicious looking stuff. Nothing so far. It's not invulnerable. Can I break in like box collider on disable? I mean, I'm sure the code and symbols exist, I just don't know how to find them. I guess what I can do is like box or collider 2D. If I do this, then is there like enable? Oh no, it's gonna be all the way back down, all the way down in like the Unity base object. I guess let's take a look at every component on our guy. Sprite, that's not gonna be it. Transform, no. Health, I don't think so. Movement, I also don't think so. Animator, perhaps. It might have a weird... It might be the case that its animation here is setting its collision properties. So idle and idle. Nope. Animator is only touching the sprite. So we can rule out the animator. So yeah, let's go back to looking through our components one by one. Not the animator, then it has to be this. It's the only thing left. What if I make him not invulnerable? Is that... I don't expect that to be the thing, but if that causes it to go away, we know that's the problem. Moving these projectiles around her, I think. Okay, that's not the problem. So we can turn that back. How to check what disabled a collider. Community. No, there's a lot of advice on how to like enable and disable a collider, but not to determine what piece of code caused it to be disabled. I guess I've been dashing into him this time. Maybe the dash is applying it externally. What if I hit him with the fire staff? That would, no. Okay, let's take a look at the dash then. It might be the case that our dash, to make sure we can like go through things, is disabling the collider of what we hit. So let's look at our player object and his dash collider. We have a destroy other on trigger enter unconditionable with disable other colliders. There it is. So we need to make this exclude the boss. So I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go to prefabs, enemies, and at this point I'm looking for any relevant tags, and it doesn't seem like there are any, which means we should be able to tag these boys as enemy. Basically, if we can have a distinction between an enemy and a boss tag, we can have certain scripts apply to enemies but not bosses, because I think that's fundamentally what we want here. We want to be able to flow through enemies, so we want to turn off their colliders as we hit them. But for bosses, that behavior is not desired. So, go to our enemies, click, 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 set their tag to enemy, not player tag, enemy. Use wall follow red, even though you're not in the game yet. And we go back to bosses. We say, hey you are a boss. Alright, does that fix it? No, it's not. Oh, because we did not add the extra condition to our dash collider. So we'll say dash collider, yeah, kill things, but only enemies. Alright, now we should be good. Got him once. have a death animation, I guess. That's fine. It is playable, and that says Mad Owl. It's clear. Then yeah, transition's just fine. Alright. That was a bit of a journey hunting down that one thing. But I think that is good enough. We can say that's like achieving the parity we were hoping for ish. It's at least playable. But now I want to rework it. I was kind of alluding to that earlier with like the spikes thing. Let's see, we got paint.net anything. So the idea before was you have your Burrower who had spikes coming out of him, and you had to bonk him specifically. You had to fall down onto him. But this, I think this was before there was a dash, and with a dash, it doesn't like make as much sense. So I think what we're gonna do instead, we're gonna have our Burrower here, and he's gonna be like spitting out stuff all behind him. He's always gonna spawn on a far edge, and then he'll send out spikes that are like sort of big, small spikes, where the big spikes you cannot dash. It'll bonk you. So you kind of want to find the right sort of timing to the ideal behavior would be you hop up here and you have to sort of like hop along, and then you get him here. Gotcha. So I guess, what does that rework look like? First, we need to change the arena to have longer stretches to do spikes from. And then we would add a projectile spew protecting your back, and add ground spikes, basic ground spikes, variation, like going up, down, up, down. So yeah, the idea is, what do we want? I think, what do we have? So we have this. Have this, where here are the spawn spots. Do a different color. But here, the thing is, like, this distance here is too small for the new idea we have here. We'd want, instead, like, long verticals so we can, like, spawn here, cover this, right? And then do our spike attack this way so that you have to so that our player has to do something kind of like this. And we need this larger distance is important for that to actually make any sense. Sorry, I thought I heard something, like something clicking. I don't know. Guess not. But then we would want probably like a couple different spots where he could do this. So maybe, I don't know if there's some way to do like basically I think we wanna stagger these boys, somehow, so that they're longer. And then also have a big middle one that he could be doing from either side of. So if we give me some more space here. We'd be looking at something like, I guess, maybe a ground going from the left. Well, not the full way, up to here. Where I'm just not sure. I'm trying to find a good balance between like making it too like blocky like this. This would not be great, I don't think. And then it just picks one of the three. I don't like that. So trying to fake it like I want to be able to maybe like stretch out this like overhang type idea, I think. Maybe we do like an overhang for one, then a little helper platform, and slightly higher up for the other, a little helper platform, and then a top middle. So that would look something like, let's do a new one. So we'd have our base where we start, like roughly in, I mean, I think just for continuity's sake, we want that to be roughly in the middle still. But then we would reduce this sort of distance so it's relatively small. Like, yeah, this will make the original spot safe, but who cares? Because he really doesn't die on his own. So, like, standing in a safe spot doesn't get you anything. And that can go pretty far over. It can't go too far over there. So maybe we do actually need a right offset. We can have you spawn roughly in the middle-ish, but we do a right offset because it needs a lot of space, but you need this jump to be available, right? So something like this. So the walls is reference. Just start there. Let's say this would be the center. We don't want the center. We want to go slightly to the right, where the walls would then jut out to like here, so that there's one. You put a little helper jumper here. And then the other one would be like this. Probably needs to be further up to make sure you have enough space to like breathe. Yeah, I wonder if you even want to let you go up the right way if you want to try. That would look something like this. And then on either side here with just like a more centered one. I guess I feel like this makes it it's like pulling to the left because I don't want to make this connection here because I want you to be able to have that freedom of movement here. Maybe I just got to make this really narrow. You know, something like that. So you can really just eke over. But yeah, the spawn spots here would be something like, well, first let's fix that. something like here where he would want to be like covering sort of this whole area so that your angle attack is this way. And then the same idea here. Because you would have the effect of gravity as well. That would make this whole corridor dangerous and encourage this angle of attack, or to a lesser extent this one. And then you would also have two potential options up here covering these angles. And encouraging either this or this angle of attack. With the players starting here. I guess one issue here is this makes... There's a lot of safe zones, I guess, so we might need to have like rocks fall from here instead of just like the true ceiling. But I think this gives us like a rough idea we can start moving towards. Call this plan out changes. So we want to, let's move the player up a tad. And then we're going to go to our platform. Open up the tile map thing. Where are you, tile palette? Oh, there you go. Just a bit of a delay. That here. Okay. We want to scooch this in a lot. Shh, 1, 2, 3. That's fine, whatever. And then we're going to offset it a bit to the right. But the player is still at 0, 0, so this is kind of what we want. And we're going to bring this down. I guess just this part. And drag it over. Can get this connection all the way down. It's the wrong one. Maybe even if we can pull this up 1, I think we can go over a little bit more. Pull it up 1, over, over. I'm gonna just pull this out of the way. I'm gonna use it later. We'll connect this bit. And make it a little bit less uniform. Ooh, towards the bias of giving the player a bit more space. Shh. Then we would go hard to the left like here. Get rid of all this. Not that. Take that and that. Yeah, and then we can stretch this out like 2 more. What is this music? Oh, it's Monster Hunter music. Interesting. I don't like this little bit. I want to move this up one. But other than that, I think it's pretty much good. Or that, that. Okay, now we make this longer. And fill in the gaps. Okay. Now let's just clear this. Except for the wall. We will move our platform here. It's even a little too big. I want to find the small. I think there's one that's one less wide. And if it doesn't exist, we can make it. I guess that already is the one that's one less wide. Alright, it's 1, 0. There is no 1, 0. I don't know what that will. Or 1, 1. Let's just. Yeah, okay, it's the same. What happened to 1, 1? I don't know. Not important, probably. We might need to. Can we afford to squeeze this wall over one more, I wonder? Because I'd prefer not to lose my horizontal runway. Let's see, does that look right, or does that get clipped? No, that gets clipped. How about 1 over? Alright, that you only see the edge of it. Is this camera the standard size? That's my question. Yes. Could give it slightly more, but I think, I guess, can I move this other one over one? How's that look? Also bad? Yeah, it cuts off like half of it. I don't like that. So it is pretty much at the width it can be. Which means we need to, I think, compromise away a little bit of this. Just one. Hopefully good enough. Shouldn't, I mean, I guess you could go back down here if you really wanted to, but. Don't have to. Can you fit is a good question. Yeah, you can fit if you want to hop down to the safe zone. He won't actually spawn there in the final thing. Yeah, this, I think this, if he's, especially if he's going over the edge, it's like 2 hops. That's like roughly the runway I'm looking for. Maybe, wonder if we do it only 2 tall. Is that possible? Maybe. That's not so bad. Still fit? Yeah. Spawning in weird positions now because his brain no longer matches the map, but it's okay. We're just making sure we have no space to hop around. Okay, let's take a look at our plan here. Okay, so we want like a pretty long platform mostly angled to the right. That like kind of funnels down. This can probably be on the same X as its other guy. So that is 8.75. Whoops, that's 9.75. Something like that. And this should be a similar thing where it kind of encroaches on this space, just barely. It gives you this, I guess this 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks is the space you need to fit. So it does 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the other side of the 4, you have your corner blocks, and you start building out your edge here. And maybe it can be up on a next level of tallness, so that, because you really just need the 4 blocks on the corner. So if I'm allowed to make it, you just need to be able to jump up there. So maybe we can even give you more than 4 blocks. Blop, blop, like that. Bam, bam. Let's just extend that out, see what it's like. And then we know we also need this other side, so let's pre-make that and move it over as like part of our like planning this out. All right, say we want 4 here, so 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I guess it was, what is it down here? It's 4 from one above. Right, okay, so this is actually still 4. So 4 from one above. That means this can't be set. And we set the other corners. So something like this. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's up one too many. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'll just go more down here. Da, da, da. Down a bit. I'm not gonna bother to fix the corners and stuff. Just gonna fill this in to see if we can jump around in it. And I'll fix the corners after. We'll get rid of the main top platform they're gonna replace as well. Oh, maybe having the top in the middle makes sense, and then the top could be the right-oriented one. Seems like there's enough space here. It's a little cramped, but that's okay. We're chasing down a dude. I think that's fine. But yeah, I like the idea of, let's see, what is the top of the screen? How much space do I have to work with? Okay, noted. It's up to, it is just the obvious thing. And we want probably like 2 tiles of ceiling. We'll say 3. So 3 tiles of ceiling, space, and then 1, 2 for our guy to fit. This would be the tall, ooh, that doesn't seem right. I was looking at the wrong barrier. So yeah, this is just 1. So ceiling, ceiling, ceiling. And then 2 for our guy, and then this is the floor. So yeah, this is pretty tight. Maybe we can move this over if it doesn't have to be the right-oriented one anymore. Yeah, maybe move it down one. So And we will fix the actual like layout in a second. Because we don't even need this to be open. Only the left side needs to be open. It just needs to be open enough that you can fit up here. And I guess we do want it long, so let's see, can we stretch it out maybe one more? Probably two more on that edge. Good enough. You can fit kinda. I kinda want to pull this in a little bit. And we can even pull this out more, I think. Just to make it wider. Pull this out one more. Pull this in. Just have it be more gradual. Okay, so we can probably even go up one more on this one. And then we'll have this be like the floor all the way across. We need to pull this into the left a little bit more to have space to put a... Can even have a little lip on this one. Because we'll need space to put one of these guys. So it just needs to go up 5. Yeah. This, I feel like we are out of space. We have less space than we want. We're going to pull this all down, I think. We don't need all the space at the bottom. It's wasted. And we're going all the way up to the top. There, that gives us one more block, which is really all we need, I think. Do something like that. We're messing up the rule of you need 4 though, so let's there's 4. Go up 1 now. Maybe not. It's fine, I think. Let's see. Oh, this is too tight. Let's fix that. It got messed up from when I moved everything down 1. That's 2. And this just needs to get moved down, I think. And then pull this over one more. Okay. Let's fix up these tiles a bit. And I think I still wanna... I think I still gotta pull this in one more. You know, I don't like... feel like maybe we're starting to run a little bit short on the runway, so let's see if we can sneak one more on the other side. Alright, let's fix our edges. Da da da. Put one like here. It's all fine. Yeah, I don't know if this is perfect, but I think this is a step forward and good enough to progress with adjusting the logic for an arena like this. Just gonna fix all the stuff that's pretty easy to fix in like a second here. Da, da, da. Alright, yeah, looks, it's tight, sure, but I don't think it's too tight to jump around in, to do sort of the planned, the ceiling stuff on the warning that you're about to get blasted by ceiling is perhaps too low. I think we gotta find one more unit of vertical space to give that a little bit more distance from the ceiling. We just move it all down one. Is that gonna be fine? How does the bottom look? A little cut off, but not that bad. And I think we can actually move like the... We were sort of starting in the beginning when we didn't have an idea of how constrained space would be. We were given a little bit more breathing room than needed to be given here. So we can move this down one as well. And that gives us like a cascading effect where you can move everything down one. Even move this down two? Maybe. We'll see. Alright, let's fix those tiles. Cool, cool, cool. And then last we fix these guys. That's enough space. It definitely is a little cramped, but you're only starting there. Oh, this is... Oh, we had fixed these other ones. We only fixed one. So 8.75. It really should just be down... Or, sorry. It's this one. We should be able to just do down 2.25 in both these cases here. Yeah. Let me put on nuclear throne. I don't think this is it. Then this guy needs to come down to... Same with... This is already like the longest one. I think this can come in one. And maybe we'll just reduce it to like 2 here. Because this other platform is coming down about 2. Alright, let's make sure we can jump around. Do this. You can fall down here. I think we probably want to... I don't like that I get bonked here just holding left. We're going to move this corner in one. So either open this way. Open this way. That's a... Double jumps are a little constrained. I think that's okay. The whole purpose is to have like a change of pace, right? And I think maybe like a sort of like a constrained tunnely feeling is maybe good for our Burrow boss friend. This jump seems okay. You can jump up through as well from like here. Okay. And just for style, I don't like these straight walls. Just have them come in a little bit towards the top. And maybe even, yeah. Can't have them peek out because it's like constraining the jump space, which we really don't want to do. But we can just, at the top, make it look a little bit more varied. Okay, I think this is good. But we're going to have to add another thing here that is change teleport positions to match new arena. I think we can definitely do that. That's just, what are we at, 8:45? We can definitely change the teleport positions. I don't know if we're going to get we might get projectile spew, probably not getting the ground spikes. Let's do those teleport positions. This is the wrong script. Okay. So yeah, it's counting on 4 spawn locations, right? Let's look at spawn position. Where is this being initialized? Oh, probably all the way down here, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is what we want to change. So we want in our new, should just take a picture. Why am I approximating?